I'm going to be completely honest. I was very, very surprised with James Gunn's Superman. I think people have known that the DC universe has been in shambles for years. Man of Steel was a decent start, but let's be honest, that was not Superman. For a Superman that's trying to represent hope and etc., that was a failure completely. I'll admittedly acknowledge I was a fan of the Snyderverse. For my main Superman and my main Batman and in my main DC universe, it needed to be completely reset. And if they want to explore it later, do it in Elseworlds, but for now, no. This channel I normally do vlogs on, but today I'm making a movie review because I can do whatever the heck I want on this channel. I saw Superman on Thursday, the day before it came out, and I had 2 days to kind of process the movie and kind of get a good general grasp. When I came out of the movie, I thought it was a 10 out of 10. I guess it was just because I finally had seen a good superhero movie in the past 5 years, but now I'm able to kind of solidify my opinions and have a decent one. The biggest comparison I can give to this movie is someone in 2008 watching Iron Man. Looking at what the Marvel Cinematic Universe turned into after that movie is absolutely insane. And thinking in hindsight that we could possibly be seeing another reemergence of a universe similar to Iron Man in our own lifetimes again is absolutely insane. So Superman was pretty much make or break for the DC universe. If this movie was terrible, the whole universe was going to fall. But if this movie was good, it's greenlit. And I can happily say this movie is not bad at all. It is very, very good. There's a lot of good. There's a little bit of bad, but it's not really bad. It's kind of just meh. But we're going to get into it, get through the whole thing. Thank you, James Gunn, for I guess just leaving Marvel completely and switching teams altogether. James Gunn did a fantastic job of encapsulating a comic book. This is what this movie is. It is completely a comic book to life. If you grew up reading Superman comics, knowing Crypto the dog, etc., you will absolutely love this. If you liked the gritty Snyderverse, Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, this is not for you. And it sucks that it won't be that, because for people, I can understand how they like those movies. But for our main Superman, we need something like David Cornswith's Superman. And as I continue into this whole review, I do want to clarify this is completely spoiler free. If anything I'm say is going to reference any like big spoilers in the movie, I'll make sure to clarify that beforehand, but for the majority of the part, it's completely spoiler free. But for the absolute pros of it, as I said, Superman the character was breathtaking. David Cornsweet did a fantastic job encapsulating hope. That's the whole thing. This movie is about being human. Henry Cavill was absolutely fantastic as Superman. He looked beautiful, but David Cornsweet is Superman. He is. And I understand that you can be mad all you want, but you have to understand that era is over. And with this new era, I think if you can hold back your grudges, you can absolutely love this brand new franchise that's going to be built. Other characters that were absolutely fantastic in this movie, Lex Luthor, he's evil. That's the best way to describe him. He is completely evil. There are so many scenes where he does so many deplorable actions. You hate him. It's not that he's necessarily broken. He has that evil mentality. He's smart, but his arrogance catches up to him. And that's the beauty of what you're going to see in this movie. And that's a great written character. Another great written character, Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific, I was not expecting to have as much screen time as he did in this movie. I expected him to be very sidelined. But the characters they introduced through the Justice Gang, being Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hot Girl, absolutely steal the show. Except for Hot Girl, she's kind of barely in the movie, but she does get one scene to kind of show herself. Guy Gardner was absolutely fantastic. He was funny, he was humorous, and he also really sets up the Lantern show. And that's another thing with this. Keep in mind, this is the first big movie in this brand new universe, and they're already building up a brand new universe of shows and movies that are going to be coming for the next decades. And that's what's beautiful. Everything's getting set up already. But additionally with characters, the last character I'll mention that's a pretty big character will be Lois. Lois Lane, she paired very, very well with Superman. And they had the chemistry, they had what was needed. She was an integral part of the plot. And there was side characters that I wasn't even expecting were going to be Jimmy Olsen, being as big as he was in this movie, he has very big spots to shine in this movie. And I did some research, and they're exploring possible making a TV show with him. I don't know where that's going, but that's a thing that they're trying to do. Good for them. Last characters I'll mention, Metamorpho. He gets his chance to shine. I saw people complaining about his son, Baby Joey. I don't know. I think that's kind of nitpicky. It works in the plot. I mean, I guess you could have written it a different way, but some people complained that Baby Joey was in the movie. The CGI was maybe a little bit wonky. I thought it was fine. It worked out. And then the overall villain in this movie is Lex Luthor, but I don't want to get too many into spoilers, but Ultraman, he does what he has to do. He's Ultraman. That's about it. Don't want to spoil too much. Go see the movie. But as I said, this movie's absolutely beautiful, and the one thing that it does that I found so unique, this is not an origin story. It's not trying to be an origin story. Superman does not crash down and he gets raised in Kansas by his mom and dad. No, he's established. This universe has metahumans. It's really just already there. This is one of the minor spoilers I'll bring up. It's like the first 15 minutes of the movie, so I'm not really spoiling anything. There's a scene where Lois Lane is going back to her apartment and she hears noises, and when she goes to go check the noises, you're thinking it's going to be an intruder, and it's Clark Kent, Superman. She already knows who he is. They'd already been dating for 3 months. I liked that this didn't have to be a love story where they're getting together. It's already established that they had been dating for 3 months. He's already had been working on the Daily Planet. It wasn't his early childhood and getting over those struggles like the problems in Man of Steel. A good point I saw someone bring up was certain modern superhero movies, we don't necessarily need to see Batman's parents die again, Superman land down in Kansas. We don't need to see even Peter Parker get bit by a spider. We all get the story. It's so much better to jump in and be able to explore these characters. And that's, again, one of the strengths that comes with this movie that enhances the plot so much more. And because of that, that makes this movie so unique. The intro scene in this movie is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful shots, it's overlaying music, and it's literally Superman losing his first battle, but you already get a feel because it explains the entire context. If you have eyes and you can read, you understand the entire context behind this movie and this universe, and it really sets it in. For any possible cons, because there's a lot of good with this movie, I agree with many people that a lot was going on, and I don't know necessarily what I would change about this movie. If anything, I wish it was maybe a little longer. I really enjoyed what was going on. And I know I said a lot was going on, but it felt like if it had a little more time to explore these things, because you would have side plot after side plot, and they kind of just, I didn't know if they were just to introduce a character. And keep in mind, there is cameos. I'm not going to spoil who they are. There are characters you're not going to expect to be in this movie, and they're in this movie. And they're funny, but it's kind of other characters. Like, there's a small side plot. It's to the integral plot of the movie. Metamorpho and his son Baby Joey, that's kind of not explored as much, and I can't really explain it because that's getting into spoilers, but I wish that was maybe elaborated on a little more. And then one of the plot points of the movie that helps the characters is that Jimmy Olsen has a thing with Lex Luthor's current girlfriend, and that's how they're able to kind of find some answers for the whole Lex Luthor situation. It's interesting, it contributes to the story, but it was kind of a lot, and I really just wish this movie maybe had a little more time. The movie's only 2 hours, and I think it could have easily been 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's a lot to handle, and this is something I don't really want to have to nitpick on, because now it just sounds like I have no attention span, just Marvel fanboy. The post-credit scenes, they're not post-credit scenes. They don't tease anything, and I don't know if that's just my MCU brain getting ahead of me. There's 2 of them. You have to wait kind of 10 minutes to go see them. One's kind of like a gag, and then the other one's just, it's a beautiful shot. Like, it was in one of the trailers. Like, it's literally, I kind of just didn't get why they had to do it that way. But I mean, if you really just have to get out of the theater, I would have recommend waiting for the post-credit scene. But in complete retrospect, let's think back on the DCEU. Zack Snyder had a vision, and his vision, I honestly was not opposed to. I stand on this hill to this day. Zack Snyder's Justice League isn't a bad movie. Man of Steel isn't that bad either. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice,
is It's not terrible, but for what it was trying to do, being the main Batman and the main Superman, that's the failure. That's what let Marvel beat them in the superhero competition. You had Marvel pumping out Infinity War, Endgame, Age of Ultron, Civil War, movies like that. And then the DC Extended Universe is pushing out movies that don't really appeal to the mass audience. Only really niche fans were looking for that nightmare scenario that they were going for in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he was setting up. And when you really look at all of it, it seems cool. But tying back to Superman, that's not our Superman. Superman needs to be a representation of hope. What we need in this world is hope, humanity. It's all about being human. And James Gunn's Superman, that was his goal, and I can confirm 100,000% that's what he does. He shows that, he relishes that, and it's beautiful that that's able to happen. And Zack Snyder's vision wasn't that. His Superman was more of an alien, a god, and because of that, the meaning of Superman, obviously people still cared for the Superman, but he was just more, they just worshipped him, and it was kind of just weird. You have gritty and edgy compared to hope and humanity. And majority of sensible people would pick hope and humanity. Now, this wasn't trying to be a whole thing absolutely destroying Zack Snyder, because I don't think I did that. And again, I like those movies. I don't think necessarily any of them are bad, but I think in the context of that's my Superman, that's my Batman, it doesn't work. And I'm happy that Zack Snyder's Justice League did come out, but tying back to Superman 2025 by James Gunn does it better for Superman. I'm so looking forward to this universe that they're building. This entire movie, when I walked into this theater, it was packed. Day before opening, everyone's there. I even took a picture with a guy in a full Superman cosplay. People are happy. People are excited. I'll be honest, Batman's my favorite DC character, and the Joker. I'm not a big Superman guy. I don't think he's that cool. But after seeing this movie, my opinion changed. And for maybe a little kid out there that loves Superman, this is the movie for them. And you have to think about that. Not saying that this movie is completely catered towards children. It's not. Anyone can watch this movie. It doesn't have a demographic. Its demographic is everyone. Everyone can enjoy this movie. That's the whole thing. But when I really try and think about it, the whole thing, what do I think about James Gunn's Superman? This movie's great. It's beautiful. It's not necessarily a masterpiece because I need more world building. Other than that, when I think for a review, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 9 out of 10. This movie is a total recommend. I would go not just see it, run to go see this movie. Go see it in a packed theater. Get your friends, go see it. Dress up as Superman. Do whatever you have to do. This movie isn't bad. No, if you're listening to people on Twitter telling you that this movie is bad, don't listen to them. This movie is not woke. I don't know where that whole thing started. It's a movie. It's a movie about humanity. It's about being human, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's breathtaking, and I'm so happy that Soups is finally able to experience a great Superman movie. But looking at this movie, thinking about Iron Man in 2008, and thinking about now Superman in 2025, I don't want this clip to haunt me if I ever became something on YouTube, but I think this is the start of a much bigger DC universe, and I'm all here for it. And after seeing this movie, and we'll see how Avengers Doomsday does, and Fantastic Four, Secret Wars, etc., it may be the new age of DC. And that's something I think most of us are kind of deep down hoping for, because Marvel has let us down. But I don't know. I just like movies. But let me know your thoughts of what you thought, what you think of this movie. If you think I'm wrong, if you think Snyder is just the greatest filmmaker of all time, if you think James Gunn is the worst filmmaker of all time, he's the best, I don't really care. If you didn't like the video, dislike, but at least drop a comment letting me know what I can do better. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I may make more movie reviews. I really like movies. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, this is also kind of just a message to the people that, because there's people that watch my full videos. I'm going to be doing more content like this where I'm doing commentaries and etc. Because one, it's a lot easier to do because I don't really like editing, but more real content is coming soon. But if you really want to help, drop a comment, repost, share it, whatever, like, dislike, subscribe, do what you got to do. Help me out. But other than that,
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I can make wonderful videos that people can like, people can just fall asleep to, whatever. But all right, guys, we'll see you on the flip side. See you guys.